fighter pay. We get paid what you're worth. Know what I mean?
Yep.
I hate all these journalists, especially the ones what earn off us. Know what I mean? Like Ariel Helwani in particular. Like he loves earning money off fighters.
Yep.
Like every decent job he's had, he's been sacked from. Know what I mean? Like, and now he's just a biased content creator.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
100%.
And he hates on you, hates on the UFC, even hates on me now.
Yeah.
And it proper annoys me because he uses fighters for clicks, uses fighters to make money, and then tries to have the audacity to talk about the UFC and yourself, saying that they don't pay the fighters enough. Get your dough out, Ariel. Know what I mean? Start paying people for these interviews, what you make thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds on. And that, I know that now because I make money off YouTube. So I know how much he earns off YouTube, off all his interviews, what he does. And you're doing it for exposure. No, you're not. You're doing it to put money in your pocket, Ariel. You little rodent. Lads.
Woo! I just sat back and let that go. I didn't want to interrupt. He's a massive sack of is what he is.
Exactly.
He's the biggest piece of all time. And I couldn't have said it better.
He wanted, like, when I was in New York for the MSG card last year, he wanted me to do an interview with him. And I had a paid interview that day. And he wanted me to really let go of that paid interview to do an interview with him.
Right.
For BT Sport, what he's getting paid for. And he said, oh, no, that's me journalist integrity. You're not a journalist no more.
Far from it.
You're
from it.
You're a content creator, Ariel. You're not a journalist. Stop lying. You're very biased in what you do and what you say.
So true.
And he went on his MMA hour and talked about me and my manager. And then I ended up messaging him. They're going to have to bleep this out, but my first line was, you're a cheeky you. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he didn't like it. But I was just me being honest. Right. Know what I mean? He was talking about me saying that I can't believe fighters and managers have got the audacity to ask me for money. Why wouldn't we? You're a content creator.
Wait, who the f*** are you? Who the f*** are you? This dude's ego is so massive and he thinks he's whatever. You know what the great thing is about him? He's completely disappeared. So since ESPN let him go, I don't even see, nothing even pops up. I hear nothing about him. I see nothing about him. I literally don't even know that guy exists unless somebody brings him up to me. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and you're exactly right. He's a piece of.
Yeah, he is. He's a maggot.
Yeah.
And the worst thing about him is he goes on all his interviews. Dad, he pisses me off. You know, he goes, I haven't got a horse in this race. Yeah, you have. It's called putting money in your pocket.
You're the horse in this.
You're the horse in this
race.
And he acts like he's fighters' friends.
Oh yeah.
Know what I mean? Like when I messaged him about that time, he was like, Paddy, the other week when your Instagram got disabled, I was the one sharing it for you. I was like, yeah, to suck me ass, so that the next time you ask for an interview, I'd do it for you.
100%.
Know what I mean? Like it pisses me off that he pretends to be people's friends when he's not. He's a lizard.
He's one of the slimiest, scummiest motherfuckers that you will ever come across.
Yeah. I can't wait for this to get clipped out and go onto Instagram, you know. I can't wait.
He's a slimy, scummy little motherfucker.
Little piece of shit.
He really is.
Lads.
He really is.
I made up, I brought that up.
It's the best podcast I've ever been on.
I swear. I've just got to tell it how it is. I can't help it. Like, as I said, oh my God, he gets like 6 figures a year.
I got stories for days about that piece of shit.
And tries to talk about, like, as I say, he tries to talk about the UFC, saying, oh, they should pay the fighters more, this and that. No, we get paid what we're worth. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I get paid a nice wage. I can't complain. I go and buy watches. You know what I mean? That's how I get down, son. Just like
everybody that comes inside the machine and we start to promote and get behind, the whole thing starts to go like this, you know? And if you look at all the followers that I have on social media, with the exception of It Friday and maybe a couple of other personal things that I do, my whole social media is dedicated to the fighters, promoting the fights and the upcoming guys and what they're doing. I mean, that's what my whole social media is dedicated to, you know, helping build, you know, if you don't know, now you know. We take two guys off, 2 different fights off the card that people might not know about, and I let you know why this is going to be a fucking great fight and why it's important you see this fight too, other than just the main card or, you know, the co-main or main event. So for a lot of these guys that say we don't pay, we don't, you know, we don't promote guys, we don't do this, we don't do that. it's just stuff that I don't even waste my time arguing with these scumbags about. I know who I am. I know what we do as a business, and I know what we do for people, and I don't need to talk to the media about it. And you guys all know, every fighter that's under contract, if you want to tell the media what you're paid and how much money you make, that's up to you. You could go out, you could do this podcast and get all 800 fighters under contract in here and ask them what they get paid and how much money they make. But none of them ever do, because it's nobody's business but yours.
Yeah.
It's nobody's business what you get paid, And I like to keep it that way. All other sports, every guy's salary comes out and gets paid. And I can tell you this, as you start to get into the crazy money, everybody knowing how much you make isn't a good thing for you personally.
Yeah.
It's just not. But you have the freedom and the right to go tell everybody what you make if you want to.
Yeah,
we don't tell people they can't talk about the money.
Yeah, you're right.
But they don't.
Yeah, you'd rather everyone not know how much you make.
Exactly.
But as you said, like even sponsorships, I had one fight in the UFC, and got £1 million sponsorship off Barstool Sports.
Yep.
That doesn't happen with any other MMA organisation.
Right.
That's what I like to tell people. You know what I mean? Do you think I go and fight on PFL or Bellator or any of them and I get £1 million sponsorship?
No.
Come on, use your head. You know what I mean? People have got a brain out there, but some of them don't use it.
And this is all the stuff, the narrative that, all these scumbags out there go with. And you never hear me come out and say, well, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. If you don't like what we're paying and you think we don't pay guys enough, start your own organization, pay them whatever you want. PFL's paying good money, but all the people and I don't want to shit on the PFL because I actually like the guy. So I don't want to, the guy who runs it, who owns PFL, solid guy, solid businessman, paying people good money to fight in this thing. I don't want to say anything bad. I don't want to sound like I'm coming off negative toward him, because I'm not. I respect him. But you just don't get the same pop that you get over here.
No, you don't. That's a fact. Like, I'm friends with Brendan Loughran, but I think I'd looked at his thing the other day. He might have won the $1 million, but he's only got 60,000 Instagram followers.
Yep.
And I've got nearly 2.4 million.
And all those things put together are so important for you, not only during your career, but when you retire.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people can talk about that, obviously winning $1 million, but I'm probably going to earn more than that in a couple of months.
Guarantee it. Guarantee it.
That's. I had to bring that up though. As I say, Ariel's a piece of shit, and let's just get that back in there. I had to bring that up because it annoys me when people talk about fighter pay. We get paid what we're worth. You know what I mean? And it also annoys me though when other fighters say about me, "Oh, he's getting pushed more than anyone else." I'm not. I just create better content than all of you. You know what I mean? Just because yous couldn't sell a Bible to an Orthodox Christian. You know what I mean? Like, it's mad. People say, oh, he's getting pushed. It's not. My numbers are just better than yours. Simple as that.
You're a smart kid. You're a smart kid. No, it's exactly right. Listen, some people, I say it all the time, some people have that thing. They have that it factor. There's some guys out there that are incredibly talented, and people don't care until they get to a certain level, and then they start to notice. And then there's guys like you, Conor McGregor, Sugar Sean O'Malley, and the list goes on of guys who have come. It was like what I saw in Chuck Liddell when I first met Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell had this style at the time that people liked. He had a great personality. When you think Ultimate Fighter, he looks like what you would consider an Ultimate Fighter. It's just Chuck had that thing, and people loved him. They loved his style, and he made a load of money. And some people have it and some people don't. It's not that one guy's being pushed more than the other. What happens is when a guy like you comes in and people love you and people are attracted to you, you just seem like you're getting pushed more because you're the guy that everybody wants to talk to and the guy that everybody wants to do deals with. And the problem is not just in this sport, but in life. Other people get jealous of guys who do well instead of saying, well, you know what? Maybe I should try to act more like this guy. Maybe I should be more like this guy. Maybe I should try to change my, the way that I present myself or fight or whatever it might be. Now they just want to hate.
Yeah, that